There we go. Getting some DMX playing. He is playing us through WrestleMania weekend here as we go on to night 2 of Stand and Deliver with TakeOver. Jay has got some fresh San Miguel. Jay, is the audio right on your end, mate?
All good.
All good on Jay's end. We are flying nice, and I'm not doing that hand motion again. This is the problem with Twitch. Somebody could clip that. It would look suspicious. I pointed in the general direction with my palm down as we were flying, and it kind of looked like I was doing the type of salute that would get me banned from Germany. So I am not doing that again. Right then.
Probably not the best thing.
What do you say?
Probably not the best thing to do.
Probably not the best thing to do. So let's just shake things up a bit and talk about night 2. Took place on April the 8th on WWE Network, Peacock, BT Sport in the UK, as JSO rightfully pointed out, but not on USA Network. Their final time on USA Network, we've just talked about night 1, April the 7th. Obviously, really, really well put together a TakeOver night 1, but night 2 is where things kind of really stepped it up another gear. In the pre-show, Killian Dane and Drake Maverick faced Breezango, Tyler Breeze and Fandango in a tag team match for a future contendership. Jay, any...
Didn't watch that one either. Who won?
Killian Dane and Drake Maverick, surprisingly. Breezango doing what they do best and jobbing, and Killian Dane and Drake Maverick doing what they do best, which is somehow no longer...
You've had a time now, so they just go back to jobbing all the time.
Yeah, exactly. They've done their thing. They've done their bit. So just wait for them to... You guys stay there so that you don't end up on AEW or Impact is pretty much what's going on with Breezango at the moment. You know? Maybe if you're lucky, you'll get a nostalgia run in 2 or 3 years on the main roster. And then back to NXT with you. You just keep going, enhancing the rest of that talent. In the meantime, let's discuss the first match of Night 2. Well, Night 2 opened with Poppy performing Stand and Deliver, followed by Random Shouts Over Guitars version 3, her popular single from her album Random Shouts Over Guitars. Jay, what were your thoughts on the performance by Poppy? Glad to see Poppy again. How do you feel about Poppy?
I kind of skipped through it because I didn't want to watch Poppy.
Awesome.
I don't like her stuff.
I will.
Why she's a great artist either, but hey, she is.
I will remember that for the future, that you can indeed just skip Poppy's performance, because I didn't, and I do not feel any the richer for it. Ladder match to determine the undisputed NXT Cruiserweight Champion lasted 18 minutes and 8 seconds, featuring Santos Escobar, the interim NXT Cruiserweight Champion, and Jordan Devlin, the NXT Cruiserweight Champion. I'm going to have to start off this part of the conversation with a bit of an asterisk. Obviously, on this show before, we've discussed Jordan Devlin's ongoing discussions and situations in regards to the speaking out movement and the accusations made against him. You may have heard that our tone has changed slightly over the last couple of weeks in regards to this. This is due to just the change in how we're presenting ourselves to you. Obviously, we're now on a broadcast format, and the libel laws in the UK can be quite heavy. So as a result, we are just mentioning the fact that there is ongoing litigation and accusations against him within the speaking out movement without necessarily saying what they are or our own personal opinions on whether or not he did them. So yeah, there's no punchline there, guys. But I think all we can do here is just kind of move forward.
Talk about it.
Well, I mean, I think what has been said now has been said on both sides. Obviously, he's made it clear that he wishes. What we can say is that he's made it clear that he wishes to litigate against the person who is accusing him, and has fallen back on onto the position of of it is a fan with a vendetta, and that is his thoughts on that. I think the rest is kind of for the courts to decide, although it is interesting to me that he's continuing on in WWE, whereas, say, a Velveteen Dream has been off TV, or, you know, so it's interesting where that comes in, but I don't think that we should really be commenting either way at this stage. So that's all I can say about that. Santos Escobar versus Jordan Devlin as a match.
Fire. Absolute fire. From the get-go.
Yeah. I mean, you're going to say that because it's a ladder match, but I must say, as a ladder match, it was actually pretty fucking great.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
it was.
I mean, 18 minutes and 8 seconds. There was enough high spots to keep you watching. Jordan Devlin was playing face in this situation, and Santos Escobar was playing Santos Escobar. I don't know how.
Well, this match was to prove who was the best 205, wasn't it? Just face it, they're both the 205 champion. The interim got dropped within the tournament when Escobar won that tournament. So technically, they were both 205 champion. There's no interim about it.
Yeah, I think it only really counts if you're tracking the belts rather than the actual championships, of course. It was a really well-paced match. A little bit of a moment with the back of Jordan Devlin's head on an announce desk at one point, you may remember.
Yes.
I
remember that.
That was a risky spot.
One thing I do remember was the reversal from the Devlin side into the flying knee, and Escobar coming off the ropes and hitting, and then Devlin hitting the Spanish fly. I think that was one of the best spots for the match, considering it wasn't any ladder actually used within it, but that was one of the best spots, I think.
Yeah.
It was great hybrid wrestling all the way through as well. They're giving 205 their own style, much like the X Division has in Impact.
Yeah, and that's the important thing when you are establishing a division like a cruiserweight division as well, is to make sure that style is expressed. You can't just have, and I think this was the problem that 205 had for a long time. It was identity, and it was not only identity in the presentation, but also identity in the in-ring presentation as well. And I think now what we're seeing is a development of a style that is that enhances the strengths of the roster of the cruiserweight division.
Yeah, no, you'd be right about that. Yeah, for sure.
I mean, we've definitely seen Buddy Murphy, for instance, as a good example of bringing in other styles that are utilised across the rest of the roster, and kind of putting them into a format which is acceptable with 205. But this was definitely a 205 match, and that's good.
One of the best wrestlers within WWE, in my opinion, but not being used at all. I mean, what's that about?
Well, that's about WWE, isn't it? I mean, we could say the same about Aleister Black. We could say the same about Ricochet. We could say the same about a lot of great talent. I mean, I don't know what their plans are for Keith Lee at WrestleMania, but I'm not aware of them. You know.
Isn't he injured? Is he still injured? Is that what's going on? He had COVID as well.
I don't fucking know. It's just
could play a big part in that.
How could they fuck up so many people? But one place where they're not fucking up is the booking on anything NXT related, and this match was fire.
I mean, the finish looked like it was changed last minute, because it looked like the finish was for Jordan Devlin, because obviously Escobar used the headbutt onto Devlin, and he went through a ladder in the corner. Reverse that would fit Devlin quite well. I mean, he's used it before in a ladder match, so...
Yeah, I think given the circumstances surrounding Devlin, his absence, his return, is where he is in the world as well, because I don't believe that he's a permanent resident in the US. I would say that the logical thing at the moment is for him to be having limited use on TV and kind of tightening up those skills. So it felt to me when they made that decision or when he lost that match, it felt to me like what we were getting was a safe decision. Considering that if everything goes wrong in regards to COVID, if everything goes wrong in regards to everything else, then he's not going to be on TV again. And it's going to be hard to get that momentum, especially when you've got a belt that they've put enough effort in to get it back on television, considering why they took it off television in the first place. I think that this just wasn't Devlin's night.
I guess so, with everything surrounding it. Yes. Yeah, probably.
Yeah. Of course.
I can't really dive too into that. So,
yeah, we certainly can't talk much about that kind of thing. One thing we can talk about is obviously bruises all over women, particularly the ones in the next match. Ember Moon and Shotzi Blackheart versus The Way, Candice LeRae and Indy Hartwell. That was a very subtle segue. I don't believe I said anything that could incriminate myself. So let's move forward. How did you feel?
I've done Shotzi Blackheart and Ember Moon is TCB. But
Sorry, what did you say?
I've done them as TCB. I think that should be their tag team name.
TCB, what does it
Everyone else
stand
has
for?
got 3 letters.
Oh, yeah.
No idea. It's just something that Shotzi Blackheart says all the time. TCB.
I can't say what I'm thinking.
God damn it, Twitch.
I probably can, actually. I'm just going to have to bleep it when we go over to YouTube, but maybe it stands for tits, cunts and bum.
Good. Definitely good. But anyway, I really like the Japanese gear. It was really good.
You really like the what, sorry?
The Japanese style gear they're wearing.
Yeah, that was pretty good. I mean, this was actually I made a mistake earlier and said that Pete Dunne and Kushida had the shortest match of the 2-night period. This was actually shorter by 5 seconds, and they did not make as much use of their time as Pete Dunne and Kushida did during their match. It wasn't a bad women's tag team match, but
It wasn't a bad tag team match.
Was it?
That crash and burn though by Shotzi Blackheart, wow. They did not catch her at all. She went straight into the barrier.
She really did. She really is. I mean, she practically. If it was Mortal Kombat, then her top half would have shot off, if I remember correctly, and just ended up like 3 rows back. It was not the easiest thing to have taken.
And then she comes back to carries on like nothing happened. So, more power to her.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Obviously, I'm not a trained wrestler, but still, that is not. That was, I don't know, was it worse than Lita's? I mean, Lita folded up, didn't she? But
yeah, she did.
She crashed into a barrier. So,
I don't think it was worse than Lita's, but there was definitely a coming out of me when I saw that.
Yeah.
What do you think of this tag team of Ember Moon and Shotzi Blackheart?
Oh, I like them. They had a great tandem move as well, where it was in a dominate position, and then for Ember Moon and Shotzi Blackheart came through, always the other way around, with a cutter star move. That should be their finisher. I don't know why it's not their finisher. It's a strong enough move to be their finisher, so to have it sort of halfway through and have someone kick out of it, I think that was a bit of a disjustice, but ultimately they won in the end, didn't they? So
yeah, no, that's true. Disjustice is not a word. You are thinking injustice, but yes. You just took Sid Justice and reversed the first 3 letters.
Injustice. That's what I meant.
Exactly. Gods
all
among
right,
us.
moving on. So.
Oh dear me. But no. I think my main concern about this match was it was the only match on there that you could have taken off of TakeOver and just stuck it in any old NXT main event, and it would have not looked out of place. It wasn't. Nothing felt particularly special about this match to me. And I don't know whether it was the quality of the rest of the card or whether it was just that.
I don't know. I thought this match was actually quite good. I think it's really putting the women's tag team division on the map. So
I think it's better than any women's tag team championship match I've seen in WWE. I can say that, but
well, no offense to Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler.
I'm not really enjoying that run at all. How will they ever work together? You know, how will they ever get along? That's all they do with tag teams nowadays in WWE. Like that is the gimmick with tag teams, is put two people who don't want to work
for the women's division. Yeah, pretty much.
That and also the men's division a lot of the time. Like recently I think Wrestle Talk have drawn attention to the fact that like WWE's over reliance on the number one contender of a title and the actual title holder themselves having a championship run. Like that seems to have been the fallback this year when it comes to how to buy time to the next pay-per-view, and I think they're probably right. That seems to have been a really big crutch. I'm saying more than Bret the Hitman Hart does in an interview at the moment.
That's a lot of
Yeah, he does say a lot. He was really good on the mic.
My name.
He was really good in character, but the moment he had anything to say,
he was pretty good at being anti-American. But any of these promos weren't actually that great if you look back.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
And he was just a rip-off of Dynamite Kid as well. If you look back at Dynamite Kid's moveset, the only thing he changed was no headbutt and put in sharpshooter.
Jesus Christ, Jay! Are you trying to get everyone on the internet to hate us? You can't say that about Bret Hart.
Not really. It's true though.
Possibly the greatest wrestler of all time.
My favourite wrestlers when I was younger, but now I'm just like, I don't know. You can put a match together quite well, but I mean, if you're just gonna rip off someone else that you've worked with, like, and not really switch anything up and just completely take.
Jay, of course, is the king of innovation. You can see Jay in the ring. Never.
Hey, if I could have recorded myself playing wrestling toys when I was younger, you would have seen all the moves then and not now. So
why didn't you?
Maybe
why isn't that our show?
Jay plays with wrestling toys.
That would be awesome.
Jay plays live.
I think we know what next year's April Fool's gag will be.
I came with the Canadian Destroyer. I'm saying it right now.
All right. I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure I managed. You would have had what? Sorry.
A moveset that would have killed everything.
Yeah, of course. I mean,
just one of those things didn't happen. So
at some point, I think it might be a good idea for us to recreate our favourite creator wrestlers here on Twitch from when we were young. I had, of course, the Rick. He was one of mine.
The Rick.
Yeah.
I had Gary.
You had Gary. Nice imagination there. See, the Rick had a heel alter ego called Yellow Rust. So yeah, there you go.
My character had a Mohican and had like emblems on each leg, like the Undertaker did. But yeah.
Okay. We had a DX faction at one point. That was like Wolfpack, but in this case it was called DX Low Tar, and it was blue because of Low Tar Super King cigarettes. So there you go. And I also had a guy who had a Triple H moveset, but I think his name was Killer Klondike Clive, and his abbreviation wouldn't have been allowed on television. So there you go. So a little bit of information there, or a very 90s sense of humour. I can say that much with ours. But you had Gary, so
Don't know why. I can't explain that. So
fair play. Fair play. Moving on. Johnny Gargano with Austin Theory versus Bronson. Oh yeah, Ember Moon and Shotzi Blackheart won that match and retained the title. So Johnny Gargano and Austin Theory versus Bronson Reed, who you may remember from part 1, was the winner of the 6-man gauntlet elimination match on night 1, winning this title shot. It was a singles match for the
NXT. You guessed correctly.
Sorry?
Which I think you guessed correctly.
It's funny. I'm not sure I did. I'm pretty sure I thought that Dexter Lumis was going to win, providing he didn't injure himself.
Okay.
Because honestly speaking, when I read the name Bronson Reed on the pre-show that we did the other day, and then when I actually saw Bronson Reed, I was definitely thinking about someone completely different. I think I might have been thinking of Cassius Ohno. So there you go.
Who hasn't wrestled in months.
Well, I don't think he's ever wrestled. We'll take that, Cassius Ohno. Thoughts on this match? Johnny Gargano and Bronson Reed. It was a singles match for NXT North American Championship. It was 16 minutes and 23 seconds long. Just J all over my face, mate. Just tell me what's going on.
Do you think it was strange that Johnny was it was strange not seeing Johnny fight as the underdog in this match, and Bronson Reed was the underdog even though he was a bigger guy in the match. Obviously he's the heel and he's the one controlling it, but it was just strange to see that at TakeOver he wasn't the underdog. It was a
very strange way to see them shake up that traditional formula. I must admit. How did you feel that played over the course of the match, the story?
Well. No, Johnny Gargano, obviously, he took it with the ball and ran with it. But on the flip side, Bronson Reed, for a big guy, taking all those spots and taking all those bumps, that was impressive, because you don't see many big guys do that at all, especially the one that was off the corner. Actually, that was in the first match, wasn't it? And in the gauntlet where he took it onto his back off the turnbuckle. Onto the apron. That was in the gauntlet match. But everything he took, like, you never see that from a big guy. You'll never see him take that many bumps. So yeah, he's really throwing himself into this.
Yeah, no. It was really well put. I think it was definitely a showcase for Bronson Reed. Really to see whether he could operate on a stage like that. I mean, obviously, he has had runs in the past that have been mildly successful, but I mean, this is like a really big stage for him. Anybody who knows NXT or has been watching NXT casually for the last 3 years probably will have been tuning in to see the Johnny Gargano match, the Tommaso Ciampa match, the title matches, but might be fast forwarding through other elements. So that is a big spot for Bronson Reed to be getting at this stage in his run, and I think it was good to see him take advantage of that, and really be utilised in that way.
Well, I mean, before he got signed to NXT, the guys were rock bottom. He had zero money in his account, and then he got signed to NXT. So obviously the only way, apparently, when you hit rock bottom, is the only way is up. So, and he's proven that.
Well, yeah, that is true. When you hit rock bottom, the only way is up, or the people's elbow, for Dwayne Johnson, of course. I think overall it was a good showing. It was 16 minutes 23 seconds. There was a lot of generosity from Johnny Gargano as well. It was not a one-sided affair. Johnny Gargano definitely earned his money just as much as Bronson Reed did that night. It won't be. I don't think that this time in 2 or 3 years it'll be on any compilations. And I don't.
Yeah, I was going to say it wasn't really a Johnny takeover match.
No,
but it was good.
Yeah, it was. It was character work for Johnny. I think a lot of it was. It was character work, and I think the goal of the match really was to build this Bronson Reed character and just kind of show him as one to watch in the future. And kind of set him off onto that second act where okay, so he's established himself, he proved what he can do. Now you refine it. Now you take that and you show what you're capable of. You've shown us what we were questioning whether you were capable of showing us, and now you've got to that point. Now the next step is showing us what you're capable of, and that's really the climb that a person in that position in his career needs to be at. So yeah, I think all in all it was a good piece of storytelling overall. Both characters came out looking better for it, or closer to what they were after. So yeah, what can you say? If I had to rewatch it though, would I watch that match again? Probably not. I'd probably skip by that.
But it was good in the sense that obviously in the first night, the midsection of Bronson Reed was absolutely smashed up. So in the second night, that's where Johnny Gargano went, and that's where he attacked. So
yeah, I mean that was some
continue that.
Fairly good storytelling overall, and yeah, I can't argue with that approach. So yeah, Johnny Gargano there, quite pleased with that entry. I'm sure he will be, and it was good to see Austin Theory just continuing on the good work of being Austin Theory, I guess.
Doing his thing as a Theory guy who was also in the Speak Up movement. But let's move on.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I don't think he's lawyered up yet, so I think we could probably talk about that. We could probably talk about his blame. He's not openly said the word lawyer, so I don't have to worry about him. Finn Balor and Karrion Kross. Finn Balor is the champion. This was one of the co-main events. It was a singles match for the NXT Championship. Karrion Kross with Scarlett.
Should be billed as the main event. I don't understand why an unsanctioned match would be billed as co-main event, but
isn't that what they did? Isn't that what they did at that Double or Nothing? That Fighter Fest where they had that over. Didn't they do that as a double main event as well? With
yeah, no, I agree with that approach. It shouldn't be billed as anything to do with the card because it's unsanctioned. So technically, it wasn't the main event; it was just bonus match.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I mean, timing-wise, that made sense. At least that made sense because, of course, they ran over 40 minutes, and the Kyle O'Reilly Adam Cole match did hit the 40-minute mark. Which, I mean, we can go on to that in a minute, of course. Finn Balor, Karrion Kross, 17 minutes, 5 seconds. What did you feel about this match? What did you feel about seeing Prince Balor in the position that he was in? How do you feel that this match went?
Well, let's just go back to the beginning of the match where they did the build-up with the music, and then the demon didn't appear. Probably disappointed in that. I was like, it just wasn't right.
They just put it in for you, Jay. That guy who's clearly listening to us because we get so many predictions right on this show. Yeah, he was just like, he was like,
it's an entrance, but you could tell by his eyes that the demon was probably present. He gave that demon feel when he came out.
Yeah, and he had the red X across his chest, and I'm pretty sure it was. I think it was blessed by a demon. Yes, was where he was going with that. But yeah, how would you feel about this match as a whole, though? How did you feel it went?
Well, I mean, it was a match of the ages, wasn't it? It wasn't even a match we needed, but it was. This match was technical. It was brutal. It was blood sport. It was a blood sport masterclass, without a doubt.
Yeah, I would definitely agree with that.
Obviously, they went with the same approach as with the bigger guy getting injured, and then obviously the smaller guy going through and taking advantage of that injury, or his arm basically, and how Finn targeted his arm throughout the match to take away his strength. Because obviously early on, they said early on in the match, Karrion Kross is a guy with the strength, and he proved he had the strength. So Finn Balor had to combat that by attacking his arm continuously just to take that away from him, which worked really well. Really well.
Yeah. I mean, Karrion Kross, obviously big guy. Finn Balor is a guy who can get absolutely fucked up. Like that's Finn Balor's thing is taking great bumps, making a huge guy like Karrion Kross look like $1 million. And
that liver shot as well. That liver shot was the way that he sold that liver shot was pretty impressive as well.
Yeah, it was yeah. He took so much in this match, and he as a wrestler will put it, he gave so much. Did Finn Balor in this match? It was a really concise way to put Karrion Kross on another level. And I think that story was told beautifully. I think the slow deconstruction of that Prince Devitt character, that Finn Balor, that Prince Balor feel, that brutal deconstruction.
Say he was being cocky as well, because he was laughing at the start, wasn't he? He was just like, everything that he did to Karrion Kross, he just laughed about it. So you could say he was being a bit cocky, wasn't taking it seriously.
Yeah,
possibly.
And that definitely gives...
sadistic about it.
Well, that definitely gives Finn Balor an out as well, on how to approach this. If this does go on long enough, that he can definitely come back. But I got shades of Finn Balor versus the Fiend towards the end, in regards to the level of brutality here, which again is that perfect piece of long-term storytelling you don't necessarily see from somebody outside of the indies very often. But there was some clear kind of Fiend references in the level of brutalization and Finn Balor's reaction to it, as you slowly saw the life drain out of him, as he was more consistently hammered by his opponent, and that was nice. That told a story. It felt logical. I looked at that and felt, okay, so he hasn't squashed him as quickly as the Fiend squashed him, because this is a different Finn Balor, but the result now is becoming the same. This guy is lethal. This guy is as vicious. He is as big a threat to this man as the Fiend was. He just took longer to get there. And that, I think, is why this match was so poignant to me, and why it was so well put together. Was for long-time fans of Finn Balor, and for long-time fans of that storyline and that change, this was a defining moment in that. And it really got Karrion Kross over, I think, to both the casual fan, who probably will have watched that SummerSlam but not necessarily been watching NXT every week, but also to the long-term fans who were paying attention, because it looked so similar as a visual.
Fans may not have watched Impact, they may not have watched Bloodsport, they may not have watched AAA, where Karrion Kross was a part of for many years.
So yeah, linking it back in that way, very, very good. And yeah, it was just a brutal match. It was just a brutal fucking match, and it was good that because the last hour was all brutal matches. It was just two big brutal matches, this match and obviously the match that followed it. And it was good that they were able to go brutal without going in the same direction as Kyle O'Reilly and Adam Cole eventually would. You know, and that was the other element. There were shades of Walter and Ilja Dragunov in it. There were even shades of some New Japan pro wrestling kind of strong style stuff, but it was a cohesive story, and it really was well told, and it was fucking brutal. It wasn't the match we needed.
That ground and pound at the end. That ground and pound at the end was absolutely fucking brutal. Back of the head. Is that what you were talking about, wasn't it? The same thing that the Fiend did. the back of the head.
Yeah.
But then obviously he delivered his elbow to the back of the head, which is his finisher, which is the same finisher that Will Ospreay has.
Yeah, and
one of the finishers that Will Ospreay has.
I think just how limp Finn Balor was. I mean, this more to the point, this was the first time that Finn Balor had been so completely limp and lifeless in the middle of a match since that first interaction with the Fiend, and that was the other element.
Demon come in.
You are really wanting to see that demon. What is it with Irish men painting their upper body in you? Because I mean, I get it, but
I'm not the only one, mate. Everyone likes the demon.
That's true. The demon is awesome, and I am ready to see the demon back. But I don't feel he's coming.
Protocol don't want it.
I don't know. Maybe he still feels that there's room to grow in regards to the demon. Who knows? But yeah, I guess we'll have to see. Karrion Kross eventually won. What do you think is the future going forward for Karrion Kross as now the headline star of NXT, the face of this part of the company?
I mean, obviously everyone should know the winner by now of the last match. Obviously with Kyle O'Reilly winning the unsanctioned match, even though it's not really a match, because of the style that he has. I can see him moving into the title picture to face Karrion Kross. Adam Cole moving up to the main roster, but I guess we can get into that in a little second.
Yeah, we certainly can. You can, of course, get in contact with us in the chat on the side when we're live on Twitch. You can just see it right over there, or there. I can't remember which way. No, it's there. I'm getting a mirrored image here. That is if you are watching live. You can always comment in the comment section on YouTube as well. If you are watching us and joining us on YouTube, possibly after the effect, please press the bell and click the subscribe button. Just point in all directions, mate. That's what you need to do. Please do all of those things because there will be more content coming soon. Me and Jay have been talking about our content distribution model, which is a great way to talk about it, considering that we've never made a fucking penny off this and we don't have any plans to. We're just going to see how shit goes. We're also available on anchor.fm/Jfabe. You can subscribe to us on Spotify. You can contact us on Twitter, where I am at not a time duke. I'm also here on Twitch streaming as Shmup Yours. Currently doing a GoldenEye HD on original Xbox hardware. It's a very rare beta. It's a lot of fun. Please join me. And of course, Jay is doing Twitter at I am not a robot. Jay, if you wish to just add your little amendment there.
Oh, it's zeros, not O's, in robot.
But not in not.
But not in not. Yeah, that is an O.
Oh, shit. That's a phone call. Right, how do I answer it on here? Oh, there we go. There it is.
Hey, Rich. How you doing?
Oh, wow, it's Taz, ladies and gentlemen. Taz joining us on the show.
Yeah, I thought I'd nip by, see how everyone was doing. Check out your new show. How you finding the new digs, Rich?
Oh yeah, the new digs, they're fine, mate. Loving it, mate. Twitch, yeah, makes life so much easier.
Oh yeah, Twitch. That's what I mean. Yeah. So nothing weird's happened. No real troubles at all.
No, nothing at all. Why would something weird happen, mate?
But no reason. No. This is good. This is working better than I expected. Then. No, that's all right. So yeah. Should we just get on with where the fuck is Tash?
Hold up. What weird things should be happening, mate?
Nothing weird should be happening, Rich. Everything's absolutely fine. It's as we've explained to our audience. We just decided to stop with the storylines and move on to Twitch and just become a normal grown-up podcast.
Oh, okay. It's just the way you said it all. It's like I should be expecting something weird to happen.
Well, the way you're talking says you should be expecting this.
I'm still here.
Rupee doo. Hey Jay, how you doing?
Oh, hey Taz. How's it going?
Sure.
Okay.
It's so good. It's so good.
Where did Rich go?
I just put him on pause. Just put him on pause, like every human just has a pause button. I assume. It's just like that. He's just on pause. Jay, how? Yeah. You had a pause button. You had a pause button when you were human. I mean, you have one now, right?
Okay, Taz. So something obviously is going on here, but I think we're just going to move past that for now.
So I'm using phone. I'm using phone. Do you like my? That's my Google phone image. That's Yeah, you can find.
Good. Yeah.
No, it's me on the bow of my ship.
Oh, Taz. What's going on?
Well, that's me on my ship. I'm I'm on the bridge. I'm on the bridge of my ship, which is different from where you are, because you're on Earth, right now. So
I am, right.
Yeah. Shall we play Where the Fuck is Taz? I haven't played this in a while. You're looking forward to playing Where the Fuck is Taz?
Let's play Where the Fuck is Taz?
Okie dokie. Well, as usual, I am totally prepared for this. I have not just started off this whole process half cocked. So I am just gonna.
You're not going to sing your song, Taz.
Am I gonna sing my song? I am gonna sing my song if I can remember where the fuck the Where the Fuck is Taz song is. There we go, I found it. Let's sing my song.
Yes, Taz.
Garden, on the sporting venue, lots of different places. I commentated SmackDown. Where the fuck is Taz? Where the fuck is Taz? Where the fuck is Taz? Where on earth can it be? Where the fuck?
Never get it right.
Can I be? Where the fuck can I be? Where the fuck is Taz?
Hey Taz, how you doing? Hey,
Ooh, that's interesting. That's interesting. That was a pre-record from several episodes ago. How weird that is that would happen. That wasn't intentional. That genuinely wasn't intentional. That was just picked up the wrong shampoo. Right then.
Hey, Taz.
How we doing, Jay? How we doing? This is going to be a nightmare to edit.
Right,
Yeah. Everything okay? Got plenty of space down there?
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So, are you? It's been a little while since we played this game, because what with you being dead now previously, and now not being dead anymore, and everything being exactly the same. So that's so good. Are you ready to play Where the Fuck is Taz?
No, we on a holodeck.
Shut up.
Is that what's going on?
Shut up, Jay. No, you're on a holodeck. Shut up. Are you ready to play Where the Fuck is Taz?
I'm ready to play Where the Fuck is Taz?
You're not on a holodeck, Jay. Just so you know, you're not on a holodeck. I wish it was that simple. I wish it was that simple, Jay. So, number one, we are in the largest and most populous city in the U.S., state of Oregon. The largest and most populous city in the U.S., state of Oregon.
That's a really good clue.
Yep, I'm being generous, Jay. I'm being generous after all you've been through. You know. Do not use your phone. I can see you're not using your phone, I'm assuming.
My phone? No.
Okay. Number 2. It was named after a city in Maine. And I am gonna play the play the countdown. I didn't think I was gonna have to do this. I tried to make it as obvious as I could today, so that I didn't have to click loads of different things. But we're just gonna. Okay, here comes the countdown. Here comes the countdown. The city has a reputation as one of the most dangerous port cities in the world, a hub for organized crime and racketeering. Jay, it's a famous port city in Oregon. It's named after somewhere in Maine. Where the fuck am I, Jay?
I don't know, Taz.
Oh my God! I'm in Portland, Oregon. What the fuck, Jay? Portland, fucking Oregon.
Yeah,
No, you hate Portland, Oregon. Oh my God. You know, for somebody, I just can't. I'm gonna play that
in the Grim. That's where they did the Portland thing in Grim.
It's also where It's also where Jfabe has the most listeners. Did you know that, Jay? Did you know that? Did you know that 34% of our listeners are in Portland, Oregon? Like, I could not have made this easier.
Why did I not get that right? Why did I not get that right?
I don't fucking know. You know, for somebody who's Josh...
Where did they film? If you said, where did they film the Grim, I would have said Portland.
Yeah, but would you have said Portland, Oregon or Portland, Maine? Which is where it's named after. I mean, my God.
So, how's things in your life, Taz?
My things in my life? Oh no, they're fine. They're fine. My everything's good here. It's fine. Universe is still here. So that's good. Yeah, no, everyone's been super nice to me, so that's really nice. In fact, I'm gonna say I got everything that I want. They said I couldn't do it, but I finally got everything I want. And, nobody's going to take that away from me, Jay. Nobody's going to take that away from me at all. I waited too long.
Okay. Sounds like you're about to eat someone's face, so...
Well, I would, but, there's no one around. There's no one around whose face I can eat, so... Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. Everything's really, really good. Everything is really, really good. So I just can't believe you didn't get Portland, man. I tried to give you a win. You really needed a win, but no.
I know.
Yeah.
Yep, nothing.
Nope. For somebody with such a heavy jar, I wouldn't think it would be such a problem, but yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna go now. Gonna see you later. I'm just gonna pop Rich off pause, and just carry on. So yeah, no, you guys have a great time. Enjoy WrestleMania weekend. I might join you and do a bit of WrestleMania commentary later on in the week. That's what, Tuesday?
Yeah, that'll be Tuesday. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, as long as that. Oh, is Ricky Starks okay? I should probably ask Richard next time, rather than just getting mad and posting him.
So you should probably like get Ricky and take him somewhere and do something with that.
Oh yeah. No, we should. I'll have a chat with Rich. See if he'll let that happen. Anyway, I'm gonna go now. So yeah.
I mean,
no.
What'd
you say?
He feeds him for you, so it's all right.
Well, yeah, somebody's got to feed him. The last time he was left to get his own food, I had to recreate. I had to clone Hook because he ate him. So yeah, there you go. Yeah, it's fine. He gets you.
First time you mentioned your son, Taz.
Oh no, yeah. Well, no.
I'm sure the last time we spoke, you said you don't have a son called Hook, but hey. Hey, man, hey, it's all right.
Well, it's been a few years. It's been a few years, Jay, from my perspective, time dilation and all of that. Not going to go into it because it's this whole other thing. So yeah. And plus, if I talk about it, things could get quite a bit confusing. So yeah, I'm just gonna leave it there as like a tantalizing. Ooh, we're doing an arc. I'm going to leave it there as like a tantalizing kind of morsel of information. We like those, don't we here on Jfabe? Yeah, that's what we like.
I'm trying to get Christian into the team.
Oh, Christian is a problem. Christian, he really just needs to accept the help that he's given sometimes. He really does. You know, we should do this podcast thing. We've been talking about it for decades, mate. We should really just go.
All those decades that we've been talking about it. Yeah, we should definitely do that. Yeah. Yeah, we should get that. Maybe put it on YouTube or something.
Yeah, that sounds like a thing. Well, I'm gonna animate my intro. That's something that I'm gonna do over the next week. I need to get a camera. So there's like resources are pretty difficult at the moment. So I'm gonna maybe
you're on a spaceship, Taz. I don't know. What's going on?
Well, yeah, it's kind of okay. Bye, Jay. Bye.
Bye, Taz.
I'm gonna say bye now. Bye. It's always a pleasure. Tell Rich he's fun. And I'm sorry I paused him.
Yeah.
Right then.
That was weird.
So yeah, how I kind of weird that. I seem to. Did I just wake up?
Oh, you're on pause, Rich. You were on pause.
Okay. Adam Cole. Very weird thing to say, Jay. Very weird thing to say. Odd. Adam Cole and Kyle O'Reilly in an unsanctioned match. 40 minutes, 19 seconds. What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts on this match?
It's all right. Well put together.
Yeah?
I wouldn't say it was... It was kind of brutal, but it wasn't that brutal. I've seen more brutal unsanctioned or hardcore matches, so...
I don't know. I
enjoyed it.
I felt it was pretty fucking brutal, mostly due to Kyle O'Reilly's excellent methodology of taking a bump. I mean, he is like the shortest lanky guy I've ever fucking seen because he just folds up like a deck chair when you start.
You know, that's his reach, doesn't he?
He really does. He really does, especially when taking a good whack. But no, I thoroughly enjoyed it. I mean, it's a 40-minute match. What more can I say? You know, it's not like it was an epic.
Oh, it seemed like a 40-minute match. It seemed like a 40-minute match. It all flowed together brilliantly.
It really did. It was. There was an escalation happening there as well.
In my notes, it says no headbanging to the ring. Needs to drop it.
Yeah. Actually, I'm really glad that you noted that. So. What he used to do was come down to the ring and do the classic air guitar on his belt, and you know, it's like they've taken an 11-year-old and said, imagine you're doing what a Slipknot fan would do when you walk to the ring. Because that's what it looked like. It didn't look like a headbanger dancing or a punk fan rocking out. It looked like somebody imitating that, who's never done that before.
Yeah,
that was the problem. It looked like my 3-year-old nephew pretending to do that. You know, it's. Yeah, it wasn't good. He's not the type.
Serious match. Walk to the ring, throw a few punches and some kicks, you know. But stop headbanging, mate. It's
not you. It's just not the thing. But I mean, Adam Cole's new music as well. It's a little bit nothing. Why not just keep the old stuff going for him? I mean, it's less distinct than the.
It sounds like Undisputed Era a little bit. But
It does. But it's not, and it's just leave him with the Undisputed
Maybe
Era's
he
music. He's
wants to
the only guy in it.
himself from the Undisputed Era to have his own music, so he wasn't like a Roman Reigns who kept carrying on the music. I mean, everyone was.
I get that, but at least put the boom in the right place. You know what I mean?
I don't think there is a boom.
There is a boom, and it's about 14 seconds before he did it on his way to the ring. There's a perfect moment put in there for it, but yeah, he just missed it. So because obviously the cue's wrong, and the timing's wrong on it. So
sweet, something to work on then.
Yeah, there you go. Come to the ring 14 seconds quicker, Adam Cole, so we don't have to listen to your shitty music. But after we got past that point,
was great.
The match was.
It was a great match. The way it put it together, flowed brilliantly. One of the vocal points in that was the chain that they brought out in the first 6 minutes, was it? That they hooked up to the rope. That was the main vocal point of the match.
It was really good.
So yeah, a lot of chains going off.
I mean,
the Shining Wizard into the chairs was great. Maybe I would have liked to have seen what the spot where someone's back does go onto the chairs, but that must hurt so much.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, of course. I will say that the clothesline with the chain, as in the pulling the chain against the rope that it's clipped to, and him running straight into the chain, that was fucking brutal. Just a really, really nice segment. And I actually believe
myself BJW. That's the thing.
You might have done, because I am genuinely under the impression that this was the most brutal match that there has been at a NXT Takeover. And
if you're saying a match with weapons and how it flowed together, then yes, it was one of, say, the most cohesive hardcore matches and sanction matches that WWE have put together, bar Triple H and Shawn Michaels. But is this whole thing going to be a rehash of Seth and Mox? Or, I mean, that's probably what happens with every faction, though, isn't it? This kind of thing.
To some degree, except, you know, I don't think there needs to be much further going on here, though. I mean, we both said that we believe that that Adam Cole would win this and then move on, or Kyle O'Reilly. We both missed that, but we did say that we felt that Kyle O'Reilly would be continuing on in NXT and Adam Cole would now be using the opportunity to move up. I think that is probably the more operative likelihood.
I see now Kyle O'Reilly moving into a small program with Killer Kross, with Karrion Kross, while Finn takes his break before he comes back.
Yeah, that would make sense. I think that they could really build something there, and I think Kyle O'Reilly now can do this for the next year. I would say maybe tighten up his character a bit, but he could do this. Search for gold, random feud. Obviously, maybe a situation at War Games where he's on opposing teams to Bobby Fish and the other one. You know, and that kind of Roderick Strong. That can be the gimmick there.
I don't know about Bobby Fish at the moment because he's always injured now, and he's I think he's the oldest out of the four of them. He's always getting injured now. He's very injury prone. I don't see him wrestling much longer.
Yeah, that maybe not. I mean, I think for workers though in NXT, I don't think you can go very far wrong with putting him in a program with either a singles program or a tag team based program with Kyle O'Reilly, because he is one of the safest workers in NXT, which is insane considering what we've just seen him go through. I mean, his back was a fucking mess after that spot through the stage.
The rehash of Taz and Bam Bam Bigelow.
the rehash of Taz and Bam Bam Bigelow, yes. It was a really, really good match, and
there was no gash there. That was just his trunks.
I thought there was a gash across his back, and it did look like there had just been a laceration straight horizontally, just above where his crack would be. I'll say it. Just above where his crack would be. Straight horizontally, hip to hip. But no, there was nothing there. But yeah.
Where was on his trunks probably something red, but it was sort of crumpled, like crushed together, and made it look like that. But yeah, I went back and watched it again, and at the start of the match, it's there, so it's definitely not a cut.
Yeah. So, all in all, though, quite pleased. I really enjoyed that match, and I think the important thing for me with that match, and the thing that I took away from that match, was the simple fact that there was no high dive spot, and I was really grateful for that. The fact that they were able to tell that story for so long without coming off something big, or there being a big old "he's climbed all the way up there" and then a massive jump. They told one of the most brutal stories in NXT history in the ring in 40 minutes without finding something big.
Karrion pulled the trigger, and then you saw him going to do the brainbuster onto the steps, and it was like, no, I can't do it. Well, that spot never happened, but he ended up wrapping a chain around his knee and smashing him in the back with it, collapsing a chair underneath Adam Cole. So
yeah, I mean, it was a pretty.
In the end, he did pull the trigger.
Yeah, it was a pretty. Well, I mean, Adam Cole did. Adam Cole did a.
Can go to that next level if you have to.
Yeah, I think the point that happened was when Adam Cole did that almost brainbuster, a WWE style brainbuster on the steps in return, or as a receipt. Well, I don't know. If you look at that, the angle of it says to me it was closer to a roll through suplex, I suppose, or something. So it was somewhere between a brainbuster and a suplex. Was my feel on it, but
yeah.
I think it was more just he's doing it in a way that is not his, not the Undisputed Era way. He's doing it in his own way, if that makes sense. And that for me was the takeaway I had with that. So really enjoyed it.
Any more thoughts on that, Rich?
Nah. I mean, it's a 40-minute match. You need to go out of your way. I will say that this is probably, in my opinion, going to end up being the match of the weekend. I think we'll see. I am severely.
Match of the weekend at the moment for me is Karrion Kross and Balor.
That's fair. I mean, they're both different ways of telling a different story, but they are.
Yeah, great storytelling.
I think coming out of this, if you were to watch everything side by side, I think my prediction is that the better night of wrestling is probably night 1. The better night of in-ring action is probably night 2, and that is across the whole weekend, not just the NXT stuff. Because I can't imagine that WrestleMania will be anywhere near as cohesive a story or as cohesive a piece. I'm hoping that I'm wrong on that, but usually with these things, stand and deliver NXT Takeover. Is usually the place where WWE does stand and deliver. So,
oh, I like that.
There you go, and that's how we're gonna end this episode. Oh dearie. Please do indeed subscribe. We are available at anchor.fm/Jfabe. You can catch us on Twitch at Jfabe Wrestling Podcast. You can also catch me on Twitch at Shmupyours. I am at Not a Time Duke on Twitter. Jay is at I'm Not a Robot, where the O's in robot are replaced with zeros on Twitter. We're also available on iTunes, Google Play, something else, anywhere where you can find good podcasts. We're somewhere in the bargain basement at the bottom. We're now on YouTube. You can get us hold of us on Jfabe on YouTube. Have I missed anything? Jay? click like and subscribe, and join us on Twitch, and come talk to us. But we'll also be dropping a WrestleMania preview pre-match show. Are we doing that today?
Yes, we'll probably get onto that.
Okay.
Soon.
Yeah, we're probably going to do that. I think we're probably going to take about 15-20 minute break and then move on to that. So if you are watching us live on Twitch still, that chat room's chocker. Feel free to just come and bang us sometime there. I'm going to play some background music now and say goodbye. That's the wrong. I've lost my DMX. Let's do that. That'll do. There we go. Bye guys. Bye. Now we can physically wave, Jay. This is so much more fun. Yeah, we like it.
Bye everybody.
Bye.
Bye. No one's talking about that. Bye.
Bye. Yeah. I'm gonna stop it now. Yeah, bye.